You see, authority always trumps power. Let's look at an example of a king. A king carried a sword and a scepter. See, one was for conquering and one was for ruling. The sword took ability and strength from the king or a servant, but the scepter only takes a word. Let me share a story with you about some archangels in the Bible. The archangel Michael and Lucifer, who we know as Satan. At one time, when Michael, the archangel, and Lucifer were battling over the body of Moses, Michael simply turned to Satan and said, "The Lord rebuke you." And Satan handed over his body. So what happened? It was a power struggle. Why? Because they both had the same power. And that enemy still has the same power today, but he doesn't have authority. See, Michael used his relational authority with the God of the universe and basically said, hand it over. And that authority has been returned to Jesus for all time. What was Satan trying to take from Adam and Eve and all of us in the Garden of Eden? It was authority and relationship. You see, when Jesus says that many will say to him on that day, "Didn't we do these things in your name?" And Jesus rejects them. Why? Because they abused his authority. They did not use it out of relationship, but out of ambition, and they were deceived because it worked. You see, herein lies the key, friends. Authority flows out of proximity. Authority in the kingdom is always relational. It comes from being with God, not just working for God. Look at the life of Jesus himself. In John chapter 5, verse 19, he says this: he can do only what he sees his Father doing. The more time you spend with the King, the more authority you carry in his name.
Let me break it down simply for a second. The lack of biblical authority that we're seeing amongst believers, Christians in the church, is due to little or no encounter or experience with God. So experiential encounter time with him. The small amount of encounter and experience time with God is due to the lack of time with God in prayer, communicating, being in his presence and his stillness. The lack of time with God is due to people being distracted or just simply a lack of desire, which is worse. I'm sure some of you can relate, whether it's scrolling on your phones, long hours at work, having events with kids, not connecting well with your spouse. All kinds of things can lead to distraction, which can then lead to a lack of desire on our part to press into the stillness that leads to encounter and revelation and eventually